Welcome back to the farm, another day, another project. Today it's 36 degrees, it's like 100% humidity. We're between a wet week and a coming wet week, and the sun's out with vengeance. So the one thing you have to make sure, whether it's a backyard chickens and animals or it's a small farm like mine, is that everything has enough water. And all of my paddocks have an automatic watering system in it. The only thing that doesn't is the chook pen, where I've been using a manual system. So as it currently stands, I have a tap with a hose which goes over to the chook pen, and I turn it on each morning and top up the trough. So today we're going to replace that. So what I've done is, from the tap where Wally is over there, I've just dug a ditch, put some piping in, backfilled it with crusher dust under the wall of the chook pen and come up. So now, you can just go to the shop and buy a water trough, but where's the fun in that? It's better to make your own. So this morning I went off to the reject shop, or the $2 shop, whatever you like to call it. I brought this square tub because it's about the right size. You want plenty for, I got about 20 chooks and 20 turkeys, so that's plenty for them to drink out of. But I don't want it too big because I got to darken a couple of geese and I don't want them swimming in there, so I've got to make it small enough and protected enough that they don't swim in it and poo in it, but the chooks can drink out of it. So on the way, I brought a float. It's very simple. The water fills up in the trough, pulls the float up, cuts the valve off, and then I'll come up out of the ground, a couple of U-turns, put it into the side of the trough like this, put a few flowers on top, stop things swimming, work fine. That's the plan anyway. I want to get this valve, the valve, into the trough. So I'm going to first drill a guide hole right at the top where I can fit through. Then I'm going to, whatever the technical term is, one of these wood cutters, which is the same size as the valve, just to make the right size hole, and I'll drill that through the hole. The valve will fit through there. Beautiful hole. Now I've deliberately made this a really tight fit. Obviously water, you don't want water leaking everywhere. So I've made it so that I have to screw the valve in. I'll still use a little bit of silicone around it just to make sure, doubly sure it doesn't leak, but it's a perfect fit to be able to screw it in through the thread of the valve. So now, my chickens free range all day long out in the paddocks, no problem with water. But night times they come in here, or they come in here to lay eggs, and then night times they come to roost and they get locked up. So the water is a high traffic area, and anyone that keeps chooks knows the grass doesn't grow where the high traffic areas are, and it just gets turned to mud. So what I'm going to do is, here's the pipe that I've brought from the irrigation system. I'm join it to the tub. I want to get the ground nice and level here for the tub to sit on. Turkeys get quite big, so they do get a fair bit of weight to them. The other thing I've got is I've got these Besa bricks, which just happen to be about the same size, same height as this tub. So I'm going to level the ground, put the Besa bricks around the tub to protect the sides. Also, when water gets splashed out or it's raining, they're not going to be knocking mud into the trough because they'll be standing up on these bricks. I could dig it down into the ground, but of course, a high traffic area, it'll get dirt and stuff knocked in it anyway. So better to get it up off the ground, easier for cleaning later, and just worked out fine with these blocks that I had laying under a tree. So I'll put all this together now. Hopefully the damn thing works. Whoops, sorry, not sorry. Now, don't do what I used to do and always be in a hurry. Take your time, remember, turn the damn thing on, let it all fill up, test all the joints before you backfill. Otherwise you get a big mud pile and you've got to dig it all out and find out where you left the leak. So here we go. Does it work? Does it turn off? All of the important things now. There you go. So, they have a little drink, fills up a little bit more, have a little drink, fills up a little bit more, have a little drink, fills up a little bit more. So, a couple of things to remember. Plan out how you're going to get your pipe there, and then you can measure it up, get all the right number of joins and the right angles of joins. Now, remember, you probably saw me using my hands a lot because I'm on a low pressure irrigation system. If you're building this in your backyard, you might be on high pressure, different sort of joints. Just talk to your hardware and they'll give you the right joints to do high pressure. You could even have it off a watering system. You could have it off a rainwater tank, which would make just as much sense anyway. So you can do it with any sort of pipe and water source. Just get the right joints for the right water source. Plan your trip out, how you're going to get there. Mine comes from my dam to the shed and down. Yours might come from a rainwater tank into your chook pen, which would be good. And if you've got a little roof in your chook pen, feed the roof into your rainwater tank into your drinker. But no need to buy expensive ones. All up, it's probably cost me about $30 to do the whole thing, just by going to different shops and cheaper shops and putting a few bricks around to make it work. $2 shop again. Makes it look nice. Especially doing it for your animals. You can still make it look pretty. So that'll work. Still puts a bit of water in. The other thing I'm doing with mine, and the reason I chose a square trough is because I have ducks and geese that come in here. What I'm doing, I'm just going to put a bit of Rio over top here. Just bend the sides down so the ducks can't get in here and swim, because when ducks and geese swim, they do poos, which is going to put the water off completely. So if I put a bit of Rio over top of this, that'll work out fine. They can still get the heads in and have a drink. They just can't get in and have a wash. They can go down the dam for that. So, great project, hot day, definitely needed. Ask me any questions. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. Cheers to the next project.